Hello, how's everyone doing today? My name is Gala, and I'm here to answer a really interesting question that was posited to me on my Facebook page as part of my full moon readings last week. It didn't really feel like a full moon question, so I wanted to wait a little bit until those energies had ebbed and we could move into this more really interesting question. It was posited to me by Cecilia, and she says that she's new to the feeling world and would love to hear how from the angels about how not only to receive emotions but also to project emotions and feelings and affection without freaking people out. And it's a wonderful question that we're all experiencing. The angels have been telling me that recently we've been working a lot with our emotional body, Cecilia, and this is for everyone. And we've really been bringing it to a new level for the ascension. Last year, you may have been working a lot with your physical body and bringing your physical body and health into well-being, and now it's time to move on to the emotional body and bringing that into health and wellness, and really helping us to become more aware of the multifacetedness of our nature, which means focusing on the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual aspects of our lives and our being, and really making sure that all of us is in health and integrity with that. So the cards I was guided to use for this reading today are Marianne Williamson's Miracle cards, and it's no surprise to me that these cards jumped out for me because Marianne Williamson is a wonderful author and speaker, and for me personally has been a huge component in terms of healing my emotional body and to get in touch with my feelings and to really express that feeling part of me. And because I, like you, was very kind of confused by the feeling world, as I've mentioned frequently on my radio shows, that it got to the point where I was in therapy and I literally went through what they would use for children, which is a poster with cartoons of all the different emotions on it, and I would have to point to the picture about how I was feeling because I didn't even know how to articulate it. I didn't know how to understand it. Feelings and emotions were very scary to me, and it got to the point where I was able to start expressing myself. And one of the things that's coming forward really clearly for you, Cecilia, as well as anyone else who's wanting to work on their feeling body, is another resource. First of all, books by Marianne Williamson are a wonderful resource, but also there's a wonderful book by Dr. Henry Cloud called Boundaries. And this really helps us learn how to own our own emotions and take out responsibility for our own emotions and experience in the feeling world without taking on anybody else's energy, because really it's not our responsibility. So when you say that you want to learn how to receive and project, receive and give emotions without freaking people out, I would really caution you to notice how you're framing that with language and assuming that by expressing and receiving emotions and affection, you're freaking people out. It may be you that's being freaked out because it is a scary experience, and there's a lot of power in our emotions and our emotional body that is untapped, and you're reflecting that kind of freak out back onto other people. So really, again, taking responsibility and ownership for our own reactions and really allowing ourselves to step more fully into our emotional power in that regard. So we don't want to affirm that it's other people being freaked out, but we want to own that there is some fear and some nervousness about how the world will accept you when you're in emotional power, and that's really coming from within, and so that's something to be looked at and healed. Now the cards I'm pulling beautiful, beautiful. I tell you, the angels are always spot on. So the first card I pulled was meditation. And the message that the angels are bringing forward to me with this card is really to take some time and allow yourself, again, like I did when I was looking through the poster of what emotions were and looking at the cartoon faces and trying to pinpoint what emotions I was feeling, really take some time to kind of cocoon yourself, whether it's in actual meditation or just in a cocoon state where you're really learning about emotions, learning what kind of words and vocabulary goes with emotions, learning the nuances of each emotion from a mental aspect, and then bringing that into your feeling body and learning how it is that those emotions feel to you. Where do you feel them in your body? It's really a beautiful journey about exploration, and it does require that you really go within as you would in meditation to learn, how does this emotional body work? Just a couple months ago, I actually asked that question of my angels, and they guided me to the book I had previously mentioned, which is Boundaries by Dr. Henry Cloud. And that really helped me learn, what is this emotional body? What are these emotions that people always talk about? How do I bring about a more healthy emotional body? And that book really helped me. Also taking a lot of time to explore with meditation and journaling and really learning, because it's a wonderful experience to learn how to control and work with the emotional body, because as I've learned, there's about 80% of our energy goes into the emotional body. So the more we can become aware of what's going on in there, the more easily we can manifest what it is that we desire in our life, and really hone and own our full power. Now, the second card I got was Dropping Judgments. And again, this really, to me, indicates watching your languaging, assuming that people are going to freak out when you start expressing emotion, when you start receiving emotion, when you start wanting affection. And it's really about just opening that up and allowing yourself to blossom. And the card is beautiful on here in terms of dropping judgments. We can start building, visualizing your emotional body as a beautiful flower that's ready to bloom and to come into its fullness and its vividness. And right now it's kind of all shrunk in, so you want to start expanding that out. And this is, again, the question is specifically Cecilia's, but the answer is universal. And so everybody can really benefit now in this time, and this time-space continuum, about learning how to work more with their emotional body and to bring about more emotional health into their life. Now, the culmination card of this reading is relationships, really allowing yourself to trust that your relationships will support you in this new endeavor, and really reaching out to those people that you know can be healthy for you. As we start expressing ourselves emotionally, we may start wanting to go to the hardware store for milk. We start going to people who can't provide for us emotionally, who are used to being in that emotionally restricted state that we were in. They're comfortable in that position, and they may not want us to change. So really start, going inward with your meditation and looking for people who can support you on this new emotional journey, who can help you blossom into that beautiful flower, because our emotions are required for our interactions with other people and to move forward in this realm. And it's a huge part of our relationships. And so really navigating that will help you build more substantial, more fulfilling relationships in the outcome. And it's really nice to have that balance where you can really trust people to help you explore this, and know that you're in a safe and sacred space as you explore these new emotions and these new boundaries that you're creating in terms of how you're expressing your emotions. Because again, when we use the word boundaries, right now your boundaries are really collapsed. Your emotional body is malnourished, and you're going to need to expand out and really start seeking guidance and support from others to help you express that. It may be in traditional talk therapy, that might be your safe space, or it could be with close friends and family that can really support you and nurture you during this journey and help you experience life more fully. So thank you so much, Cecilia, for bringing forward such a beautiful, poignant question. It was wonderful, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity to share this knowledge with you, and for everyone else tuning in who wants to experience a more healthy emotional life and well-being in that emotional life. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Blessings and namaste.